We're live and welcome once again to the live stream show. And man, we've got a great show for you today. Today, I hope you're ready to go because I'm really taking you somewhere. I've got my chai tea. Hopefully you have your favorite beverage close at hand. I'm using a different microphone because I'm once again in my outdoor studio. And over here, just off screen, there is a waterway, and there's a waterway going, gurgling water going by. And so I'm using this podcast mic, and hopefully it's blocking out most of that sound. And so I'm getting a better quality audio. If that sounds good to you, let me know in the comments. So today's topic, we're going to take a deep dive in how you can turn all the virtual connections that you have into buyers and customers and clients, okay? Enough with all this social media nonsense, all this networking and virtual glad-handing and giving value and throwing stuff out the window and messing around and it not amounting to anything. Today, I'm going to show you my three-part steps, leveraging your live streams, how to combine live streaming and video podcasting so that you are turning all of the virtual connecting that you're doing, all the brand affinity that you're doing, into real live customers, clients, into buyers. So you can grow your business and actually make some money. So that's what we're in tune for today. I'm so glad you're here. Glad you're joining. Lindsay says, hello. Oh, she says, it's yay, chai. All right, excellent. Let's see, if I hit you here, I can say hello to you. Great to see you, Lindsay. And let's get on with the show. Recorded live in Boston, Massachusetts, this is the Livestream Show. In a world full of underexposed entrepreneurs, the Livestream Show is your gateway to a global community of live stream pioneers who dare to go live and create something special and unexpected, which could only happen because it was live. I'm your host, Brad Powell. Let's get on with the show. And we're back. So here we go. Today, we're talking about turning all of your virtual connections. Whether you have a blog, whether you hang out on Instagram, whether you're connecting with people on LinkedIn or Facebook, or even on YouTube, how do you turn all these people that you are now engaging with, how do you actually turn them into clients and buyers and customers? How do we do that so that we're not just spending all this time and it all seems to be flowing out in one direction and not coming back to that, right? So I've got all my notes here on my iPad. As you know, we've been living in pretty much of a virtual world in this past year. And I'm here to tell you that the virtual aspect of our world is here to stay. It's not really going away. Everyone has gotten really used to working from home and doing all these things virtually. So it's a whole new paradigm. And the people and the businesses that are going to succeed in the future, the ones who will succeed in the future are the ones who hone the craft of not only connecting virtually, but actually creating enough goodwill and charm and actually inspiration and motivation that all of that actually turns into new revenue for your business, that you're actually able to serve the people that you're here to serve. You're able to provide the services and the products that you provide, and people are willingly lining up to say, can I get in the door? Or can I pay you money for all of this? So this is what we're talking about. Now, there are I've got 4 fingers, 3 basic steps to doing this, right? And that's step number 1. Can you guess? I'm just looking at the comments here. Lindsay says, I want to learn that what you just spliced in. Oh, right. You're talking about the video that I just made. Well, that's a good trick, isn't it? That's all part of it. So what I'm demonstrating right now is step number 1. I'm going live. And in the virtual world that we live in today, in this current situation that is the future, the present is the future, like what we're doing and how we can connect with people the most efficient, the most leveraged, the most far-reaching way that you can be interacting with the people who you are here to serve is using this medium, live video. So micro step number 1 is you go live. And you can just go live with your phone, right? And so the main tools that I use when I go live with my phone is on my phone, I have an app which is called Prism. And you spell that P-R-I-S-M, Prism. And the Prism app is completely free, and you can stick it on your phone, and you can open it up, and then I use a second tool. Actually, this is my favorite tool that I use all the time, which I'm using right now. It's called Restream. And so you go to Restream, restream.io/join/showup. Go there, and you can get a free account. And what Restream lets you do is it lets you not only go live, but actually connect to your social media accounts. All right? So how cool is this? You can connect to, like right now, I'm doing this. I'm actually demonstrating this. So if you're on Facebook, that's where you're seeing me. You could see me on my Awesome Video Makers page. You could see me on my group, Video Creators Lab, and my other group, Livestream Rockstars, and also on my profile page. So I'm streaming on all of my pages and my groups and onto my profile page all at the same time on Facebook, multiple locations. And in addition to that, I am also streaming on LinkedIn. So if you're on LinkedIn, hello there, say hello back. And I'm also streaming onto YouTube, where I have another bunch of people. Like I have a whole community on YouTube. There are about 3,500 people who have subscribed to my channel. And if you want to join them, go to YouTube, search for Brad Powell Video, and subscribe to my channel. If you're on YouTube and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? So do all of that. But here I am multicasting to multiple places. And as I said, I can do that from my phone. I can, from Prism, connect to Restream, and then Restream goes boom, and I'm multicasting all over the place. This is like, I can be anywhere. Anywhere that I get a cell phone signal, I can be multicasting to all of the places where my audience likes to be online. And all of the virtual connections that I have been building up over all of my long social media career, the people who joined me and connected to me on LinkedIn, the people who are following me and have joined my groups on Facebook, and of course, my lovely, wonderful subscriber community on YouTube. All of them together. And the cool thing is that I'm meeting them where they are, and through the miracle of multicasting, you're all joined together. So using Restream, you are now, I can see every single one of your comments that comes in, and I can see where you're coming in from. And I can actually share all those comments right on the screen. So it's super cool. So if you want to be shown on the screen, say hello, ask me a question, and I can post it. And we can have a conversation. And anyway, all of this is really possible. It's really cool. And this is the first stage. The first stage is literally going to where your people are, the people who you want to serve, and serving them through live video. And the thing, of course, about live video is that there is no better way in the virtual kind of space that we currently live in. There's no better way to have a kind of in-person call and response back and forth with your audience, with the people who you want to get to know, with the virtual connections who you have. So when people see you, when they see where you are, when they see that you're a chai drinking lover, when they see, the weather, where you happen to live, all this kind of thing, like this is my co-working space. How do you like it? This building used to be a piano factory, and it's been completely converted into a co-working space. It's so awesome. I think it was built, maybe back as far as the early 1900s or earlier. I'm not sure. But it's gorgeous, like beautiful hardwood floors and gigantic wooden beams and arched brick doorways and brick walls everywhere. Like it's very, very nice. I could move here if they would, if I could buy this building and move into it and turn it into my home and my video studio, I would do that. So all of these things, by showing yourself in your setting, by showing yourself as you are, like bringing yourself into your content marketing, this is the best way to do it. Like it's the most easy, best, most efficient, time efficient, and when you're done, like when I finish this stream, I'm finished. Like I don't need to edit it. I don't need to upload it anywhere. It's already there. The replays will continue to replay. I'm on YouTube getting search engine optimization. It's, like I'm all over the place on social media where I want to be. And all I have to do, wherever I am, is go live with my phone. Now, if you want to upgrade, you can go live like I'm doing now using my laptop. Like I have a laptop here. I have a fancier camera hooked up to my laptop, and I'm getting better quality. I'm using a slightly better microphone, and so I have good sound, I have good image. Hopefully I'm looking good. And so, yeah, you can do it this way too. This is less mobile, although here I am outdoors on a deck in this gorgeous day that I'm having. And, everything is possible. I happen to be plugged into electricity with a long extension cord and plugged into the internet with a similarly long Ethernet cable, and it works. So you could do all of this if you have a back deck on your house, on the back deck of your house, think of it. So there's step one, going live and multicasting, right? So now let's go to step number 2. How can you turn all these people who are viewing your video, how do you turn them into leads? How do you capture them so that you can follow up with them? How do you get their information? So this is where there's a really wonderful marriage between live video and live video podcasting. Okay? So here, this is a live video podcast. Every week, Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, the live stream show goes live. And I have been producing this weekly series. Usually it's an interview, but today I'm going by myself. Usually I'm going live every week, and I've been doing this since last October. And I am building a following and an audience and people who connect with me here. And the way the connection happens is that you basically raise your hand. You will like my video, or you will leave a comment. And yeah, if you like the video, I'd love it if you'd like the video. That really helps. And if you want to go one step further, if you really want to go one step further, share this with one friend. Like, I know you know someone who probably could benefit from the information that I'm sharing today, and who's been messing around on social media, but is feeling frustrated with it and feeling like it's a big bunch of work and it's a huge chore, and they're not really sure that it's worth their time. And if you think they would benefit from this, then share this video. Just hit the share link, share it off to them, tag them, tag them in the share, and bring them in. And this is probably one of the best things that you can do to help grow the community of entrepreneurs who are wanting to explore how to use live streaming and these methods to grow their business and to grow their affinity and to grow, just to be able to serve the people who they want to serve much better, like to have that impact. So this is what we're after. And all of the things that I'm just demonstrating to you, this is what you want to do on your lives. If any of you do any of those things, I am now going to know that you were here. I'm going to now be able to see that, oh, you engaged with my video. You either liked it, or you commented on it, or even better, you shared it. And I can see your name, and I can see your profile picture, and all of that is wonderful. And I can follow up with you by replying to the comments and whatever platform you're on. If you're on LinkedIn, I'll reach out with a connection request. I'll thank you profusely for watching the video, and I'll ask you to connect. And the same thing on Facebook. I'll thank you for watching my video, and I'll ask you to connect or become my friend on Facebook, and so on. So you do all of this, and now people are now taking that micro commitment with you, and they're becoming a lead, and they're becoming part of your network. And the third step of this, the third step in terms of turning people into leads, is that you offer them a lead magnet. And this is where the connection between live video and live video podcasting comes in. The lead magnet that you create is going to be a video podcast, okay? And it's private. It's exclusive to the people who raise their hand and say, I want this. And so think of this. First of all, the reason that it's a live video podcast is that you produce it as a live video, and then you immediately strip out the audio. Like you can do, let's say you have a 3-day training or a 3-video training. Maybe you've already done this. Like maybe you already have this. You have a 3-video training on how to solve a problem. Or you have a 90-minute webinar on how to solve a problem. Or you have a PDF that is a printout on how to solve a problem. Any of those things will work. You turn those into a set of episodes that are audio. If it's video, cool, you're done. All you have to do is convert the video file into audio, shazam! And now you have an episodal audio podcast that your new leads can binge on. And the cool thing is that you can have it delivered into their favorite podcast app, so it's on their phone. And when they open up the Apple podcast or the Spotify podcast or the Amazon podcast or the Google podcast app, any of those apps which they already use, your podcast, this lead magnet, is going to be in there all along with their favorite podcasts. Like if they listen to, I don't know, Marie Forleo or Joe Rogan or Brene Brown or any of those people, your thing is going to be right there, and they can binge listen to it, and day after day for the length of this little thing that you've created for them, they're going to be listening to you, and they're going to have an even more intimate connection with you, an even deeper intimate connection with you, because you're going to be in their ear, talking them through, guiding them through this quick win that you can provide. And if your lead magnet does that, if it provides a quick win for these folks, oh my gosh, people get that, and then they go, oh, this is great. I got some of the result I'm looking for. I really believe that I can do it. And this person who's talking to me in my ear, they sound great. Like I want more. Like I'm used to listening to them and learning from them, and they obviously can teach me something. I would like to know more. And your lead magnet, this thing that you create, the private video podcast, this private audio experience that you are creating, and mind you, it is a true experience. Well, this is where you can now move them and make your offer into whatever program you have, or whatever product you have, or whatever service that you provide. That's the next step. So I'll just do a quick review here. Step number 1 was go live and build affinity in the virtual with all your virtual connections. Get them to know you, get them to trust you. And as you're doing that, interact with them so that you're turning the viewers into leads and you're giving them a quick win in the form of a private podcast that you produce with little live videos that you create, really simply. Or you produce from a video series that you've already created. You just convert it into audio and you deliver it to their private podcast app on their phone. And so now they can go walking their dog and they can go washing their dishes and they can fold their laundry. They can do whatever they want to do and be listening to you. They're much more likely to consume this content when they consume it this way as a podcast. I listen to podcasts every morning when I'm riding my bike. Every morning I get on my bike early, first thing, and I ride down the bike trail. It's about 5 miles to the next town of Lexington. And then I stop up there, I drink my tea that's in my thermos, still listening to a podcast. And then I hop on my bike and I ride back. And I do that every day. And I listen to the most inspiring, most thought-provoking, most value-full podcasts that I can find. And you want to be right in there. You want to be somebody's favorite thing in their ear, giving them the thing that they're looking for, giving them that quick win. You can just jump right in there through this method. And so now let's move on to part number 3. Part number 3 is that you take this whole podcast experience just one step further. And you create what I'm going to call a podcast funnel. A podcast funnel. So whatever funnel method that you have used in the past, whether it was a webinar and you get people on your webinar and they watch the webinar and basically then you give them your offer and then they go buy the offer and then they join your program. That's one way. Or you create a 3-day or a 5-day or a 21-day challenge. And you bring people through that challenge over several days. And at the end of the challenge, you make your offer and then people join your main program. Now, these are common ways that online marketing is happening. And they all work pretty well. They have worked really well. However, right now, in the world we're living in, in this virtual kind of busy space, webinars and challenges have huge drop-off rates. You know, the people who register don't show up. The people who show up for a challenge, after day 2, they start disappearing. And by the time you get to the very last day of the challenge and you're making your offer, there's only a tiny fraction of the original population is still there. But if you give that same kind of experience and you're doing it through a podcast that they can get on their phone, on their podcast app, just like all their other podcasts, and then they can consume that content on their own time, more conveniently, wherever they happen to be, whether they're out walking their dog or whether they're home, doing some chore around the house, whatever they're doing, whether they're driving their car, like they're driving their kids to the soccer game, they could be listening to that. They can be learning. They can be consuming this content. They can actually learn while they're doing all these other things. And so your challenge, your lead generating thing, your funnel, this thing that you're creating to really get people through the hurdles and get all the information they need and basically teach them all the stuff they need to know so that they will feel ready and they'll feel like they are the right person to accept your offer and they're ready to say yes. This is what your audio funnel, your podcast funnel will accomplish. And you can handle their objections. You can do all the things that you might do in a sales conversation on the phone. And you can do it in their ear, on their own time, in a very non-threatening way. They can hear all the same information from you. They can hear all the questions, all the answers, all of this stuff over a period of a few days. Then, when you make your offer, they will still be there. They'll still be there at the end. And, oh my gosh, this works better just simply because you are reaching more people. There are more people actually going to consume your content in this way. In the first place, they're all going to feel like they know you and like you and trust you because they've been watching your live videos, and from watching their live videos, they feel like they know you. Like, do you feel like you know me? Do you feel like you know at least a little bit about what I'm like and who I am? And I mean, you should by now. And then when they're listening to you in this audio experience, they're getting value. They're getting a quick win. They're getting taken along this nice journey. They're being given this experience of getting closer to the thing they most want. They're solving this thing that is like huge headache in their head, and you are showing them the way that it can be solved and that it can work and that it's easier than they think. And that they, in fact, are the right person for the work that you do and for doing this thing that you want to do together. All of that. And so when you can do this, now you're accomplishing what I was talking about at the start of this. You are turning people who are viewers, you're turning people who are your virtual connections on social media, no matter where they are, like all the LinkedIn people, all the Facebook people, all the YouTube people, all these folks who you're connecting with, you can now turn them into leads and buyers and customers and clients. So I am offering, it's a plane going by overhead. I don't know if you can hear it, but hopefully this microphone is cutting out some of that noise. So I'm offering a workshop this Saturday where if this sounds interesting to you and you're wondering, okay, this sounds really cool, how do you do it? How do you really do it? What are the steps and what are the tools? Saturday the 15th of May at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm offering a workshop. No, it's a masterclass. And all of this stuff I'm going to describe, I'm going to take you under the curtain. I'll show you the software that I use. I'll show you the tools that I use. And you can come join me. It's only going to be 90 minutes. And if you can't join me live, it will be live. And you can join me live and you can ask all your questions. It's going to be posted on a YouTube live, and there'll be a chat. So you can post all your questions and I can respond to all of that in the chat and also live. And if you don't make it live, if you can't possibly be there on Saturday, there'll be a replay, and the replay will be there forever. It'll be sitting on YouTube for as long as YouTube is YouTube. So this is happening. If you're interested in it, I'm calling this workshop Go Live and Thrive 2021. So if you're interested in that, go to goliveandthrive.com. goliveandthrive.com. I think I've put the links below the video, so you can look down there, and the link is right there. And I'll say it one more time, goliveandthrive.com. And that will take you to the landing page. You can register. As soon as you register, you'll be taken to the details of how to join on Saturday with the link to the landing page where the video is already scheduled and ready to go. And you can actually go there. You can go to the landing page on YouTube right now once you've registered. And if you have any questions after today and you want to know more, post your questions in the chat and I will see them. I will see them when the thing starts on Saturday, and I can answer them all the way through this 90-minute masterclass. So that is what I have for you today. Oh my gosh, look at that. We're at 29 minutes past the hour. So I've done this all within 30 minutes. Perfect timing. So I hope you enjoyed today's presentation. I am super excited about this whole thing. The marriage between live video and video podcasting and private audio. And I'm just trying to see who's here. Oh my gosh. I know you're here. I can see your numbers. Go ahead and say hello or ask me a question and I can answer it now. This is a time for Q&A. This is your time. I've just gone through a whole lot of material. Hopefully your brains are spinning and the gears are turning with the possibilities. And I would love to see more stuff. So somebody from Facebook is saying, "Hi, Brad, I can't tell who you are because Facebook isn't actually revealing your name." But great to see you here. You can say, "I'm this person" in the comments. And then I'll know who you are. Yeah. And it's great that Lindsay's here. Lindsay says, "Shared, you get bonus points, Lindsay." Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Killer. You get gold stars. If we could give virtual gold stars, I would give 10 of them to you for sharing. And anyone else, this is sort of the very best thing that you can do. This is my call to action. The best thing that you can do, if you love this kind of stuff, if you love what I'm doing every week, actually there's two things you can do. Number one, you can look for the live stream show. Go to thelivestreamshow.com and you will find the whole series of the live stream show there, and you can subscribe to the audio version of this. Every single episode I turn into audio. It's an edited version, so it's slightly more professional. It doesn't have all the hoo-ha as much. And it's there, and you could subscribe, which means that you don't have to sit and watch the video if you don't want to. You can listen to the same material and the interviews and the guests and all that stuff week after week, and you can get it on your phone. So go there, and if you love it, subscribe, and then tell a friend. Tell somebody about what's going on here. Because I want to build the community of people who are brave enough to go out and face their cameras, face the camera, and to see what happens when you go live. Because things, when you go live, special, cool stuff happens that can only happen when you are live. So, oh look, it's Emily. Hey Emily, it's so great to see you virtually. Emily, you should join this thing on Saturday. It would be very cool for you. Like you and your whole team should be doing private podcasting. It's so simple and oh my gosh, so engaging, like killer good. This is something you need to find out about. I mean, I've been exploring the world of podcasting seriously now for a number of months. I finally launched my own audio podcast this spring. And since I did that, I've been learning and exploring and experimenting with private audio and using private audio as a way to not only generate leads, but to build a funnel that works so much better than anything else you can imagine. Like truly, really, honestly. So I'm excited. And yeah, like that. So I'll say one more time, the workshop on Saturday is located at goliveandthrive.com. It's happening Saturday, the 15th of May at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be live. It'll be 90 minutes. And if you can't join live, there will be a replay. So that's it. That's what I have for you today. Thanks so much. Really great to see you guys. And I will either see you on Saturday or I will see you tomorrow because I'm going live every day. And next week, 3 p.m., I'm being joined by the founder and CEO of something called Uscreen, which is a software platform that you can use to monetize your videos, especially your live videos. So if you teach anything, if you do a live video class of any kind, you can use this platform to monetize it, to actually have like pay per view or pay per program, or basically build your own Netflix, your own subscription thing. I mean, it's super cool. And the guy who created it is coming on as my guest, and we're going to take a deep dive on answering the question of, if you want to monetize your videos and get people to become loyal subscribers and actually have this revenue stream, which is recurring revenue, Think of that. Recurring revenue from your videos. That's what we're going to talk about next week. So stay tuned, and I will see you all in the coming videos. So long.